back. As promised, we have more playoffs for you, this time in the college basketball ranks, starting in Division II. So we go to Romano Gymnasium for that. Justin Wick and his Bulldogs hosting the first round of the NSIC tournament against a team they have not lost to all season long. The Augustana Vikings, UMD down 42-26 at the half. But this is where they began to make the climb. It's and one from the defending NSIC Defensive Player of the Year, Charlie Katona. Right down Kirby Drive comes Joshua Brown there with the jumper to make this a 44-31 game. But the fifth-year senior wasn't going anywhere. Right back to it. Windex to the glass. Dogs now within 9. Augie smells the comeback. They call a timeout, but the Dogs are unfazed. Katona to JB, and hello, Joshua Brown let them know it's 51-47. Dogs trailing by 4. But this is where Augie begins to run away again. An easy layup for the Vikings to get back within 8. Another turnover by UMD would cost them here, 68-56 after that bucket. And between a handful of turnovers and missed free throws down the stretch, UMD falls to Augie, 74-63 the final. UMD is 6th in the region, so they will await their possible bid into the NCAA tournament. The selection show is Sunday, March 9th. As for Mandy Pearson and the women, they were on the road in Bismarck, North Dakota to take on UMary, where they fell in the first round of the conference tournament, 64-43. So the curtain does close on their season as well. They closed their year out 10-18.